So we are now to the block part of this foundation building. You see there, me and Logan last night went to Lowe's and we loaded 300 cinder blocks, and they load them with a fork truck onto my trailer, and then we hand loaded them off of the trailer. So that took a good bit of time, good bit of effort, but we got it done. And then now on to our next issue here. You see my foundation is flooded. So luckily, which this is the whole reason that we had to kind of rush to get this all put together. We did get it put together pretty last minute because I have 2 weeks off for Christmas from work, and then also we had the weather fighting us, so hopefully we don't get any more rain. But we poured this, and then 3 days later we had about 3 days straight worth of rain, and you see that all of the red clay around it washed its way into the foundation. So it's now sitting on top of it. Must be sealed up pretty good. And I can't lay block on that. I gotta get to the concrete under it. So I made this drain here. So I made this drain. This is our lowest part of the foundation. As you see, the dirt's pretty high up there. And this block is poured about 12 inches thick. So this is our lowest part. And I have dug a little drain out that way, and we're gonna drain it down into the rest of the yard. But I'm going to pressure wash all of this mud off the top of here so I can hopefully lay down that block. So here I've got the slab or the footers pretty much cleaned off well enough that now I think I'm going to start laying blocks. So usually you would take, and this string is the outside of my block. So we have our batter boards here. This is my OK string. That's going to be the middle of the block. This is 4 inches out. So these I've all checked square by pulling a diagonal on it before we poured the footers, and then after, seeing as we got all this rain and things tend to get soggy, move around. So then this is my outside block here. So I've laid a block up there, lined it up as best as possible. Usually you would run a chalk line on the outside and inside and lay your block in that chalk line. But since I do not have, or since it's wet, I don't have any good means to do a chalk line, then I am taking string. So I went to the center of my outside block here, hammered a stake in, did that on the other side as well. And I've run a string down, you can see, down, so my first row of block, I can go off the string there. And then as I go up more courses, I can move this up, and then I'll be able to go off my outside string, and then we'll come up with it further on as well. So got it pretty well lined up, and we'll see how this goes. I've did it for this side here as well, so I think I'm going to start with this front corner here and go from there.